And now to the situation in Niger Republic, where the border closure between Nigeria and Niger continues to take its toll on lives and livelihood. The border communities are the worst hit, with the situation fast deteriorating as the land borders remain closed. TVC News senior correspondent Femi Akande tells us the story of a man who has been separated from his family, and the only hope of reuniting with them is when the borders are opened.
Anxious and worried, Bala Mujitaba is on the phone with his wife. She is a teacher living in Niger Republic. Bala works and lives here in Kongolam, a border town between Nigeria and Niger. The ECOWAS imposed sanctions of border closure has now forcefully separated him from the woman he married 5 years ago.
But now it is very hard for me to go and see her because there's immigration officers, police officers, and soldiers here. They get directives from the president that the border is closed now, so we cannot cross the border. There are so many ways for us to enter, but now there's no way. When you go to them, they will not allow you to pass.
This separation, an already bad situation, has been made even worse with the impact of sanctions on the local economy. His business, which enjoys patronage from the bustling cross-border trade between Nigeria and Niger, no longer enjoys patronage.
Before people are coming from Niger and both from Nigeria, because we are doing POS here, so there's no any business which is going on now due to a border closure.
Across the border, inside Niger Republic, it does appear the military coup leaders are getting the support of the local population. They are leveraging on the resentment towards the corruption and mismanagement that characterized the deposed democratic administration of Mohamed Bazoum. Civil society groups are now queuing behind a military junta that truncated constitutional order.
We call on ECOWAS to show restraint and also be more considerate. The consequence of war will be severe, not only in the population in Niger, but in the entire region. We demand that the country should be allowed to govern itself without interference from outside.
We call on people in the country to be calm. We also call for support for the military government. We are confident that it will be in the interest of the country. We demand ECOWAS and the international community to allow the military leaders govern in the interest of the citizens. This is the time of rebirth in our country.
In the latest World Bank data on global poverty, Niger Republic ranks 7th in the top 10 poorest countries in the world, with 80% of its landlocked territory covered by the Sahara and a rapidly growing population dependent upon small-scale agriculture. There has also been recurrent clashes between the army and the Islamic State fighters, an affiliate of Boko Haram, that has displaced thousands of rural dwellers. Back to the border town in Kongolam, a community whose livelihood depends on a thriving trans-border trade. Life goes on here, but not as it used to be. And for Bala Mujitaba, who seems to be sitting idle, the situation cuts deeper. It is a question of how to be reunited with his family and continue with plans to celebrate his son's 2nd birthday.
My plan is to go and bring them back to Nigeria. If this thing continues to happen, we are going to suffer. Even now we are suffering.
ECOWAS is now under increasing pressure to lift these sanctions that is making an already poor population even poorer. But the military coup leaders have remained defiant in the face of threats by the regional bloc to consider the use of force to restore constitutional order. The military coup leaders in Niger Republic are not backing down. They have also started structuring their government by making some critical appointments. Even though they will not admit it, there's also a growing concern about what could be ECOWAS' next line of action. Femi Akande, TVC News from the Niger-Nigeria border.